guys, welcome on into Drinks with Binks. I'm Julie Stewart-Binks, back in my apartment in the New York Groove after having a wonderful time in the Great White North to kickstart our 20th month from working from home. Time flies when you're having fun and you're drinking with some incredible people, including today's guest, back-to-back Super Bowl champion, two-time All-Pro, six-time Pro Bowl running back who just recently retired, LeSean McCoy. Thank you so much for joining us. Congratulations on an incredible career.
Toast to that. Thank you so much. Wow. I didn't know what to expect. I usually drink coffee early in the morning, but I thought since we're doing toast, I might have had, Jack Daniels on the side, but I didn't do it.
Yeah, you went safe and steady in the morning, but we've had Jack Daniels and other things in the morning for sure. But we'll take a sip of this wonderful coffee to get us going. Right down the gullet, let's go. And you just recently, this past weekend, had the big retirement. What does it feel like now when people are like, congratulations on your retirement?
Yeah, it's kind of weird because I'm only 33 years old, so people's like, oh man, congratulations on retirement, giving me retirement gifts. But the cool thing I will say is I have a lot more time on my hands. This is the first time I get to take my son to school, take him to school, pick him up. Things like that I couldn't do before. And another thing that's actually kind of weird, but cool, I get to watch, Monday night football. That's something I could never do. So
okay, so what are your initial reactions to that then? First time?
It's exciting. I actually just recently learned about the RedZone pass, right? Where every time, yeah, it's crazy. Like every time a team gets in the red zone, no matter who the team is, it flicks to that channel, and that's like so neat and very clever. I never thought of that. So first time for everything.
That's amazing. That's your first time. That is like the bread and butter of watching football on Sundays. Scott Hansen, you now just found out about him, I guess.
Right. Yeah. Yep. And look, a lot of players that come on the show, you should ask them about that, and I'm sure they'll tell you like, wow, I don't know anything about that.
That's incredible. I guess that would make sense because you're actually playing and you're not watching on Sundays. So then now, what is something that you're excited about doing that you couldn't do before when you're playing?
I think one thing is cool and I'm excited about doing is gambling on the games. To be honest, like I know what team should win. I know what team should lose. And I mean, now football, granted, things happen, but overall, I've been right. I've been right in a lot of my winnings, and it's like I studied this team for so many years. I know this coach for so many years that there's a chance that I could be right. So if you need a bet, let me know. Offset.
I definitely could use a bet. So what's your bread and butter? I'm just going to use that phrase now today on gambling in this year's NFL season. Like, what are your tips? Because you've played for so many of these teams.
Well, I like to go with the teams that like I know about. So like the Bucks, right? I played there. I know exactly, the ins and outs of how they approach different opponents. So that's like my bread and butter team. Like, okay, we need a win. Let's go to Tampa. 9 times out of 10.
That's as simple as it. That's.
Well, just play like
Bucks.
I feel like the Eagle game, right? I'm a big Eagle fan, and then I played there, so it's like home for me. But I knew that they wouldn't cover because I felt like they would be up majority of the game, and then late in the game, the Eagles will come back. Because that's how football is. You get ahead, you get overly confident, you start sliding away, and then the other team comes back, right? And then you're just like, okay, Tom Brady put the game away, which happened. So I really pictured that.
That is like a great strategy to go forward with. And I need all the tips I can get because I can't do this fantasy stuff anymore. Just absolutely brutal at it.
Fantasy's pretty tough.
It is. And you can get really unlucky too.
That's true. Yeah. I mean, I think a lot of the players in the league are, I can call them Primadonnas because I was one at a time. And one thing ticks you off, you know what, I'm not going to the game, coach, I'm angry, and there you have it. Your star on fantasy is not playing, and, so it's a risky one.
It is. Okay, so tell me about a time when you were a prima donna.
I won't say with team, but it was a contract dispute that had going on, and one team seen me a certain way as far as how much I should get paid, and I felt a different direction. we had a game that it wasn't a must-win game because we were out the playoffs. And I said, you know what? I think it's the best for my career. I need to sit this one out. I got a twisted ankle. It's pretty sore. And I don't want to hurt it anymore because we don't have the deal done. So let me just sit this game out, and we can revisit this another time. I won't say what year, what team. I'll just give you that part.
Okay, so I don't think that's Primadonna. I think that's you doing business, you know?
No, because I would have played any other time. If it was like a meaningful game, we needed to win, it was early in the year, I would have played a contract or no contract. But the case that, it's like I need a contract, so
okay,
that's Primadonna.
We'll let the football aficionados figure out exactly when that is because people are wildly smart. Okay, so when we look at your career, you're eligible for the Pro Football Hall of Fame in 2026. When you look at the numbers, 10,000 rushing yards, 15,000 from scrimmage, 2-time All-Pro, 6-time Pro Bowl running back, back-to-back Super Bowl champion. What do you think, what do you hope the people that make the decisions and do the presentations and debates say about you in the room? Like, what else other than the stats? Give us, like, your Hall of Fame pitch.
Well, I just think that a big thing, when I look at all the NFL Hall of Famers, especially my position as running backs, one thing is important is like how well and how much did you dominate in your era, right? In your prime and your time there, how well did you do? And who was around you? There's some players that got in the Hall of Fame that have a whole bunch of Hall of Famers with them. So I would think that's a lot easier to be productive and have a successful career when everybody that you're playing with, quarterback, linemen, receivers, they're all Hall of Famers. So you should be one too because you got a lot more help. Where there's some guys, right, that get it done with anybody. Guys who's not as good, guys who's not Hall of Famers, guys with no Pro Bowls, no All Pros. So I think you got to look into the player in his career. When did he have his most success and what was around him to have that much success? I think that's what kind of determines a Hall of Famer from just a good player.
That is also such a great player answer, I feel, because you talked so much about running back position and not yourself, which is what athletes do, right? That's what they do in answers to the media.
Yeah, man, just because ultimately it's not my decision, right? Because if I had my decision, I would say, hey, sign me up. But it's not. And decision goes from a lot of writers in the marketing, or not marketing, but the media world. Hopefully they pick the right, guys. Because I think I will be one, So we'll see. Mm-hmm. Keep your fingers crossed for me.
We will. We will keep our fingers crossed.
And let's have a toast to that. Please, can we toast it?
Yeah, let's toast. Toast to fingers crossing, potential future Hall of Famer, LeSean Shady McCoy. Cheers.